Good morning, children. Hope you all are good, doing good. Today we will discuss the question answer of chapter number 1, physical and chemical changes. So, on page number 29, there is a E part. Answer the following. So, first question is, what are the different ways in which you can classify changes? So, as I already explained you in my earlier videos, that there are few criteria. Based on that we can easily classify the changes. So based on that, first one is fast and slow changes, desirable and undesirable changes, periodic and non-periodic changes, reversible and irreversible changes, physical and chemical changes. Next question is, what happens when ice is heated? Is it a reversible or an irreversible change? Justify your answer. So as you all know, when we heat ice cube, they melt to form water easily. So it is a reversible change. And why it is a reversible change? Because when this water is cooled again in a refrigerator, it changes again back into the ice cube. So it is a reversible process. It is a temporary process. So always remember, even when water is heated, it changes into water vapor, and again this water vapor, by condensation method we can again convert it back into the liquid water. So it is a reversible change. Now third question is, idli batter is steamed to get idli. Is it a reversible or an irreversible change? Justify your answer. So children, as you know that it is a irreversible change, because when we will get the idli, when we will make the idli from idli batter, we will not convert it back. So we cannot, it cannot be undone. Okay, so it is we will get the permanent, it will be the example of permanent change. Fourth question is, what happens when dilute hydrochloric acid is added to zinc metal? So page number 25, one activity I have already explained you in my last video, and it is given in your page number 125, that whenever any metal react with acid, so zinc example is given in your book. So when zinc reacts with hydrochloric acid, it will turn into zinc chloride, plus it will release hydrogen gas. So they are asking, what happens when dilute H2SO4 added to zinc? So the answer is, it will release hydrogen gas and it will form zinc chloride, which is a salt. Now what are the characteristics of chemical change? So there are so many characteristics I have already explained you in my last video. So please go through that videos and write by yourself. And it is the same thing as that it is a permanent, it is a irreversible, a new product is formed. In this we can accompany, all the reactions can accompany change in color of the state, formation of precipitate, evolution of a gas, either evolution of heat energy or absorption of heat energy. So characteristics you can write from that. Now next they are saying, are all changes desirable? So the answer is no. All, because there are so many changes are occurring around us every time. So they are some are undesirable also. So list 3 desirable. So desirable, they are asking 3 example of desirable. So what you will write, you can write anything. Cooking of food you can write, ripening of fruit you can write, you can give the example of photosynthesis, like plants make their own food, like this. Okay, so these are desirable change. Now 7th question is, make a list of at least 6 changes and classify them as periodic and unperiodic change. So you have to write any 6 changes according to your wish. Okay, randomly write down and classify them into periodic change or unperiodic or non-periodic change. You can write examples of periodic and non-periodic also. Now question number 8. In question number 8, they are saying give two examples of each of the following changes occurring during a chemical reaction. So they are asking two examples, okay, based on the characteristics. 4 points are given based on the characteristics of chemical changes. First one is change of state of reaction. So in this you can write setting of milk into curd. As you know, milk is a what is the state of milk? Milk is a liquid state, and after setting it convert into semi solid or solid form of curd. All right, next you can give like whenever ammonia gas react with hydrogen gas, it will form a solid ammonium chloride. Okay, so that also you can give. Now next they are saying change of color, so you can give the example of rusting also. One activity is given related to the iron and copper sulfate. When iron reacts with copper sulfate, blue copper sulfate, it will turn into, after few hours or after few over a period of time, it will convert into iron sulfate, which is green color, and copper. Next you can give that when aluminium, silver white aluminium reacts with hydrochloric acid, it will form ammonium chloride, which is black precipitate, and it will release hydrogen gas. Next, evolution of gas. So evolution of gas, you can give the same example of zinc and HCl, that whenever zinc reacts with HCl, hydrochloric acid, it will release hydrogen gas, plus it will form zinc chloride. Same thing you can give. Another example is also given, that whenever any carbon compound react with oxygen gas, it will release carbon dioxide gas. Okay, now formation of precipitate. The formation of precipitate, you can give example that it is given in your book, that when barium chloride reacts with sodium sulfate, it will form barium sulfate plus NaCl, sodium chloride. So barium sulfate is white precipitate here. Okay, now this example is given in your book. Next example you can write, when silver nitrate react with sodium chloride, NaCl, it will form AgCl, silver chloride and sodium nitrate. So children, these question answers I will send to you. Okay, if you want to write, if you are able to write, you can write by yourself, but I will also send to you. Okay, so just match your answers, or if so within few days I will send these worksheets. Okay, now ninth question is classify the following changes. You can see few changes are given, and they are asking whether they are physical change or chemical change. So burning of magnesium ribbon is chemical change. New substance is formed and it is irreversible. Dissolving of sugar in water, it is a physical change. Burning of sugar is chemical change. Melting of butter is physical change. Breaking of a glass bottle is also a physical change. Clothes being ironed, physical change. Wool being knitted into a sweater, physical change, because again we can, from sweater we can take out, we can get wool again. Now souring of milk is chemical change. Drying of wet hair is physical change. Now as you know, physical change are reversible, we can reverse it back. Okay, but chemical change are irreversible. Now in same page number H part, 3 give reason types of question is written. So again they are saying in the first part that I have already explained you, that changing of water into water vapor is considered a physical change. What is the reason behind it? So the reason is same, okay, that it is a reversible process. We can again no new substances form, and we can again by condensation again we can get the same liquid water from the water vapor. Next is mixing of sugar with water is considered a reversible change. So the same properties are there with physical change properties only. You can write also that in this example also, answer number 2 also, in this no new substance is formed, and by the process of vaporization, condensation and crystallization, again we can separate the sugar from the water. So it is also a temporary process. Third one, have a look please. Third one is, it is written that mixing of cement with water is considered as irreversible change, because this change in this process is irreversible. It is a permanent process, it cannot be undone. Okay, why? Because it is a permanent change. We cannot get back the original cement again, even after boiling. Okay, even after boiling or any other method, we cannot convert back cement or water. We cannot separate. So it is a permanent change. That's why it is called irreversible change. So remember the properties of physical change and chemical change. Based on these only you have to write the answer. So children, as I said that I will give you the answers. I will also send the answers, but today I have discussed, because so that you can easily write in your own words also. So try to write by your own. As in a homework I have given you differentiate between, page number 28, differentiate between I have given you, C part I have given, D part I have given. So I hope you have done. In this differences only you have to write the definition and one or two examples. Okay, so please try to write by yourself, otherwise I will also send, just match your answers. So thank you and have a nice day.